Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. These are mods for Thursday the 17th of November. We do have a few updates today. The PB30X1 by Blendart, Kolchosnik Jr. and TT Czech Modding. The Sintrack by ITS. The Combination Liquid Tank 3000 litre by MacTrucker921. The Big Chicken Bun by Jelinek. The Massey Ferguson S Series 2020 by KRKZ Modding. The Pons Folder Pack by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau. The Fence 700-800 Vario TMS by Musagra and Lexic Design. The Bison Gigant. Z061 by Deuce Volt. The New Holland T7 Tier 4A by Blauer. The Large Enclosed Sheds by Sandhill Modding. The Map Michigan Farms by Taylor Farms and Salty Shorty. That does require a new save game. The Lizard Forest Pack by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau. And the Map Cow Farm by ABT Frankie Y. That also requires a new save game. In front of me. Now, I'm baffled by this. I keep saying baffled. Every time I do a mod review, I'm baffled. I say baffled. I thought we'd already done this. This could be an extension of a pack. Rather than it being an update, it's been put in as a new one. Anyway, regardless, this is the Cow Farm pack by Camelos0397. 34.41 megabytes download. We've got the 20 by 11 meter with workshop, 25 slots, 18,000 to buy. We'll have a look at it in more detail in just a second. We've got the open 20 by 11 meter. This is 12 slots, 15,000 to buy. We've got this one here. This is the 20 by 31, 15 slots, 25,000 to buy. Then we move on to this one, which is open. So this is a 40 by 12, 14 slots, 15,000 to buy. We'll get onto the actual cow pens in just a moment. Nicely detailed, nice sort of texturing, weathering, all the bits around them. They've all got lighting. Prices, I have to say, aren't too bad at all. This was the one I thought, I'm sure I've reviewed this already. Light switch is just inside, and it's around here. Hang on, I'm done. Let's do that and that. So we can switch our lights on or off. And if we open the door, oh, it's already open. There we go. There's our workshop trigger just in there. And that was the thing that made me think, I'm sure I've done this one before. But then I wasn't sure about the next one. So that's the one with workshop. This is the open one. Light switch is just over here. I like the skylight bits on the top as well. Very cool. This one, the light switch was just around here. Or was that exterior lights? Maybe the other one's on the back wall. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. On the pillar. Interior and exterior lighting. The open one, this was on the pillar at the front. Where was it? Just there. Plenty of space in these. Like I say, the price is pretty good as well. Then we move on to the animal pens. So these are all cow pens. We start off with the open cow barn. This one's 16 slots, 55,000 to buy, and will hold 30 cows. It's partitioned, so the cows are all at this end, and you've got all this space at the other end for storage of bales, vehicles, anything related to cows, or anything you like. It doesn't have to be related to cows. The gates do open. The dialogue box is just here. Quite a small trigger for that. And the bedding, straw, the trigger's just inside here, so you need to open this gate to the bedding. We'll get our slurry trigger and our milk trigger. I have put a manure heap behind it, if you want to get the manure from it. That's the first one. We've then got the open cow barn. This is 14 slots, 58,000, 3 grand more. This will hold 60, so double, and it's got double the space for them as well. So again, double the cows, double the space. Feed trigger, bedding, open this gate just inside there, dialogue box, slurry and milk. And I've put, as you can see, there's a little bit of manure around. I'll put a manure heap around there. That doesn't come with it. I put that round there with it. Then we move on to these two. This one is the big cow barn, 23 slots, 105,000. This will hold 200 cows. Dialogue box is that end. Feed triggers across the front there. These were the ones I recognised. Milk triggers at the back. Again, detailing, texturing, weathering, all looks great. We've got a slurry pit down the front here, and the straw bedding goes in this door here. So if you just back in slightly or drive all the way in, depending on what size vehicle you've got, the trigger will come up just as you come inside the door. We do have... No, there are light switches. Was that along the front? I'm trying to remember where the light switch was. On the other one, it's along the front. I know exactly where the other one is. That's weird. Yes, thank you. There are lights. I know there are. I've probably gone straight past it anyway. And then next to that, we've got the bigger ones. This does 200 cows. This one next to it is the big cow barn, 28 slots, 155,000, so 50 grand more. This will do 300 cows, so 200 cows, 300 cows. This has got a double one. Left the door open, that was careless. Bedding in there, slurry point there. The feed one is all up here, but I'm sure, again, I'm sure I said this when I reviewed this last time. I'm sure I did. These gates don't open, unless this was a late one on FS19, maybe. Yeah, these gates don't open, so you can't drive through. So for doing your feed, you've got to come, you know, up here. I mean, to be fair, the trigger appeared fairly soon as I came up. Actually, maybe I didn't find the light switch on these ones then. Or did I dream it? I might have just dreamt it, you know. Oh, there it is on the wall. You know what? Straight away I thought, I'm sure it was up on the wall. Light switch up on the wall. Dialogue box is just here. This gate does open as well, so if you want to go in and out or drive through here, you can, which is lovely. Now, something I was going to check. I did speed up time a little bit, because on both of these large ones, we've got this here. Now, if we go into this one here, and we go up to our animals, and we've got our various different ones. We've got the big cow barn, open cow barn, big cow barn, open cow barn. On these ones, it doesn't say anything about manure. And again, I'm sure I said this last time. We've got these little manure things. Now, I don't know if this is just for buying or whether there is manure, but it doesn't register. I don't know. Like I said, I've sped up time a little bit. So, because they've got bedding in, if there's going to be any manure, it should have appeared. It does come up with start filling. Yeah, there we go. So whilst it's not showing any manure, there is manure being produced. They are doing it. So those 2 points at the front of the big ones, the other ones don't have them, but the big ones have these little wheelbarrows with manure in them. They are producing manure, which is weird that they're not showing on here. But anyway, they are producing manure. You'll find all of these then, if we go to sheds first of all. So as I said, 18 grand, 13 grand, 25 grand, 15 grand. Slot count all comes down to, well, yeah, because that's got the workshop. 2, 1, 1, 1. And then we come out from there and go to our animals and our cows. So we'll start with that one, 55 grand and then 58 grand respectively for the 30 cow and the 60 cow. And then the 2 big barns, we've got the one for 200 cows and then the one for 300 cows. Very nice indeed. I just like that look, you know. It's weathered enough. They're not dilapidated, not falling apart, but it feels like if you put them down, it looks like a farm that's in use, you know. It's a working farm kind of thing. Anyway, Cow Farm Pack by Camelos0397. Next, we've got the wooden shelters. This by Happy Mole, 3.87 megabytes download, 5 slots each. There are 3 in this pack. 1,500. 900 and 1,200. They don't have lighting or anything, they're just wooden shelters. Looking at the angle of that one, I think I probably put it the wrong way around, but I say, it's all relative, isn't it? If I intended to have the open end this way, then I have put it the right way around. For the respect of a mod review, I would probably have put it that way around, but it doesn't matter. Under build mode, under sheds, carry on along. There you go, 1,500, 900 and 1,200 slot counts. Yeah, so there were 5 each, so they'll come down to 1. I mean, they look like wood. You've got the sort of more dirty, potentially kind of damp maybe, or, you know, not mouldy, but the bottom boards where you might have had stuff brushed up against them or splashed against them when it rains, that kind of thing. But yeah, they look really nice. Very cool. Wooden Shelters by Happy Mole. Next we got, where is it? The old cattle trailer. Just here. It doesn't just do cattle. It's very small. Small vehicles, small tractors, anything. Well, anything will pull it, but you know, there's a few different options on this. Now, this one, if we go into our tools, it's not under animal trailers. So I thought it'd be under animal transport because that's what it is. But it's not. This is by FS22, 4.77 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. It will do 2 sheep, 2 pigs, 2 horses, or 1 cow. If we come out and we go up to our trailers, that's where you'll find it. So whilst it is an old cattle trailer and it can transport animals, it can do other things as well. So you don't have to put animals in it if you don't want to. 1,200, that's all it costs. You can have plank sides, plate sides, or grill. If you want, we can change the, actually we'll do it on that one first. We can change the main colour, which it doesn't matter which one you go for, other than obviously the planks stays as planks. But plate and grill will do that. If we go to design colour, it does the metal work around the outside. Let's go for, say, orange. We go back up, as you can see, whichever you go for, it will stay orange. And then the rim colour we can change as well, like that. Fairly straightforward. So yeah, you can put anything you like in it, but yeah, it's sort of designed for animals. Then we've got the option to unfold livestock trailer or fold livestock trailer. There's no lights on it or indicators. It's just an old cattle trailer. But you know, if you've got that one cow you just need to take with you wherever you go, you might have separation anxiety, something like that, you know, you absolutely can. Happy days. The old cattle trailer by FS22. Next we've got these. This is the Animal Food Big Bags by IRL Modding. 1.59 megabytes download, 1 slot each. These are 600 kilo, 600 litre. We've got horse food, pig food, or chicken food. You'll find these under Big Bags. There's a shocker. They're 600 each, 600 litres. Chicken food, pig food, horse food, and each one of these we can have either apart from 1 through to 8. So you can get them in bulk if you want to. Again, there's not really much else to say about those. They can be picked up with various different bits of equipment, whether it's a spike, whether it's bag handlers, whether it's bag lifting mods, whatever. Straightforward and easy. Done. The Animal Food Big Bags by IRL Modding. Moving on, we've got these. Now these are what I put behind the cow pens. These are the old Manure Heap Pack by Didek 96. These are 3 slots, each 9.19 megabytes to download. We have got from this end, we've got a 100,000 litre capacity, 80,000 litre capacity, 90,000 litre capacity, and 140,000 litre capacity. But that one over the back had manure in it. But to be fair, I've got twice as many cows in that pen. That one I placed hasn't got any in. Now it might be, I placed it as close as it would allow me to. It might just be the cows haven't produced enough manure yet there. But again, nicely detailed, nicely weathered. Something for everyone, depending on the size of your farm. I know the standard in-game ones are huge capacities, but you might not want that amount of capacity. Depends how many cows you're going to be running, or pigs, or whatever you're going to do them with. You'll find these under build mode, under silos. They're not expensive either. 2,300 for the 100,000 litre, 2,100 for the 80,000 litre, 1,400 for the 90,000 litre, and 3,500 for the 140,000 litres. So yeah, I mean, not expensive at all, really, when you think about it, depending on the amount of cows you're going to be doing. 140,000 litres is a lot of manure. And if you're going to be using that manure for other things regularly, 3,500 for the manure heap, cheap as chips. Very cool. Which brings you on to the last of the mods for today. And it's these. This is the Pack Skid Steer Loader New Holland by VincoMods. 10.07 megabytes download. We've got the L330, 10 slots, 84 horsepower. So these are a little bit higher horsepower than the standard in-game ones. The C362, 12 slots and 114 horsepower. As you can see, we can change the colours, which I like a lot. We've got some tyre options as well. Difference being, if you go for the wheeled option, you've got options on colour for the main body and the arms. If you go for the tracked option, just the main body. You can't change the arm colour on the tracked version. It's a minor thing, but I thought I'd point it out. So, these you'll find under vehicles and the skid steer loaders. So the two standard in-game at the moment, got the L318 and the C332. 35 grand, 49 grand, 68 horsepower, 82 horsepower. So going on the end to these two, as you can see, they're a little bit more expensive, but they are higher horsepower. So options on this, we've got Trelleborg, Mitas, Vredestein back again. Under Trelleborg, standard wide. Under Mitas, standard wide. Under Vredestein, just that option. I do like the option of having a more chunky tyre, raise it off the ground a little bit. I don't know, it just looks a little bit more kind of aggressive. Doors and windows standard. Door and window initial film, so tint 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to standard. Work light, no or yes. That puts these down the front here. Beacon light, yes or no. Main colour change, and there's a ton to choose from. I mean, you can go through and find all sorts. Starting at this end to a kind of shiny kind of gloss, I guess. Right the way through up to sort of the matte silk kind of look, satiny, that I quite like, and onto sort of chromed versions as well, if that's your cup of tea. Let's go for, it doesn't really matter actually what I go for. Let's go for a satin blue. And then design colour, like I say, we can do the arms and stuff on this one. You can mix and match, or you know, however you want to go about it. Let's say we go for a, whoa, okay, that's a bit much maybe. But I think that was quite cool. And then rim colour choice as well. Again, mix and match, however you want to go about it. That one's quite nice. The metal, matte metal, light pearly. There's, you know, or proper shiny chrome. Just that as an option. And then we move on to the C362, 65 grand. This one doesn't have all the tyre options because obviously it's got tracks. But you have to do the window tints if you want those. Work light, yes or no at the front. Beacon light on top, yes or no. And then the main colour, say, does the bottom of the body. Let's go for... That's not too bad, I guess. Matte metal, that's quite nice, like that. But there's no option other than that, so you can't do the arms and stuff on this one. Fairly straightforward. Let's jump in, start it up. And other than that, the higher horsepower and the different options, it's a fairly standard skid steer loader, does the job. Boom height is as you would expect with a skid steer loader. Beacon, work lights in the front. I do like the extra work lights, they're pretty cool actually. Horn. First person. And then we do also have, up top, L1, R1 and left stick side side. Just in case it gets a bit hot, or you need an escape hatch, or you have to be quite thin, but it wouldn't work for me, but it might work for you. some of you out there. Nice bit of tyre deformation as well. I noticed when I was bringing the big bags out to put them down. It's one of those little features we kind of take for granted a lot. And I've noticed on a few vehicles as I've been going out doing stuff, a little bit of bounce on the road and you get that real tyre flex, and I love it. There you go. It's interesting because you can see the glass on the tracked version. Just thinking, did this one have a door handle? No, is the glass removed on that? It looks like it, doesn't it? There's no glass reflection. So on the wheeled one, the panel looks like it's been removed. Now, whether that's intentional, I know some people do that because if you've got stuff attached to the front, without detaching, you can't always open the door to get out of the front. So I know some farmers do remove either the door or the sort of panel itself. But I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. That one definitely has the door on there with the panel and the front wiper. Interesting. I was thinking that. I can see really clearly through that window, but no, there's not one there. That's it for the mods for Thursday, 17th of November. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.